Hey everybody, it's Tom with Path to Billions. I'm sitting in front of this pile of boxes because in today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to send in your first shipment to Amazon. Now, I've actually already mostly finished the shipment, but I wanted to go back through the process and show you step by step exactly what to do. Let's just jump right into that first step, which, assuming you've already sourced the products for your shipment, is going to be adding those items into Amazon's inventory. Now, there's two main methods for getting this done. And to show you the first method, I'll jump over to my computer and show you. Alright, so now we're in Seller Central, and you want to go to Inventory tab, go down to Add a Product, and click that, and it'll bring up this page. Now on this search bar, you can either type in the UPC, or you could type in the name of the product itself. I prefer going with the UPC because it's more accurate. Also, if you have a hand scanner, you could also use that so you don't have to type in manually every time. Also, this page is brand new to me because they recently updated it, but I'll show you how to do it. So I'll put in the UPC of this book that I have in front of me, and then we'll hit enter to search, and then it'll bring up the item that you have, and you can see the sales rank, you can see how many offers there are, but you'll want to go over to a selected condition. Now if you're doing retail and online arbitrage, all your products should be in new condition, but this is a book, so I'm just going to click used. Then you go down to this little button that says sell product, click that, and it'll bring up the listing offer page. So on this page, it gives you more information about the product you are selling. Then you can put in your own seller SKU so you keep track of it if you'd like. You put in the price you want to sell for, how many you have, put in the condition, and if you're doing fulfilled by Amazon, which in this case we are, you want to make sure you have Amazon will ship and provide customer service selected, and then you would hit save. I'm actually not going to fill this information out. I'm going to fill out that same information on the second method I'm going to show you. So that is the first method that I wanted to show you. However, I actually used the second method I'm about to show you when I first got started on Amazon, but I wanted to show you both so you could pick which one would work best for you. Now the second option is using your phone, and I am recording this on my phone, so I am going to show you a screen recording in post-production, but I will just walk you through the method. First, you're going to want to go to the Amazon Seller Central app, and then in the top right corner, there should be a camera button. You can also go to Add Product and hit the camera button. You'll scan the barcode on the product you're looking to add, then the product you're looking to sell should come up, and you could either hit the little list button in the bottom right of the listing, or you could actually click on the product itself, and again in the bottom right corner there should be a button that says list. And similar to what I showed you on the first method, you have to fill out a product information page and put all the information for the product in there. Now again, similar to the first one, if you are doing new products via retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, you should not have to add anything other than the fact that your product is new and how many you're selling and your price. But because this is a book I'm using, I just have to put in that it's used, what condition it is, and some notes on it. Then you'll scroll down to the bottom, hit save, and then congratulations, you have a new listing. Now, you could repeat the process for all, say, 30 items that you have sourced for your first shipment. You'll just go through, scan them, list them, and then add them one by one. Now, the thing to keep in mind with this is there is a slight delay between Amazon servers and you uploading products. So after you are done scanning all your items, take a quick 5-minute break, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and then wait for everything to upload. Now we'll jump back over to the computer and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, we're back in Seller Central, and now we got to go to our inventory to make sure our items are there. So you go over to Inventory tab, instead of Add a Product, you hit Manage FBA Inventory, and it'll pull this up. So if this is your very first shipment, the only items that should be in your inventory are items you added. So you just want to scroll through this list and double check that everything you added is there. Next, you're going to go and click this little check mark box and then go through and check any items you're sending in. Or if this is your very first shipment, you could just click this box and check all of them. Then you want to go up to Action on One Selected, click that. Now, you could either print the items labels now, or you could just wait till a little bit later, and there's another step where you can print them out, and it's much easier that way. So instead we'll go to Send Replenish Inventory, click that. Now on this page, you guys see your ship from address, which is where you are shipping your products from. You're going to want to make sure you're picking individual products, and then you're going to continue to shipping plan. Alright, now we're on the Send Replenish Inventory page, and then on this page you just want to put how many units you're sending in. On this page here, this one's kind of interesting. They recently changed this. Previously, your prep guidance here was already selected for you, but now they actually require you to select it. So you just go here, choose a category, You can see there's different categories. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Just go through the list. If your item's fragile glass, click this one. If your product is a liquid, click this, and then it'll tell you what you should do for prep. So for like liquids, non-glass, it's going to tell you to put it in a poly bag. But because this is a book, I'm just going to hit no prep needed, and then hit choose. And then for who preps, you want to choose merchant for all of them. Now, you can choose Amazon to prep your items, but you're going to pay fees for it. The way I did it when I first started was I actually had Amazon prep items that I didn't have the materials to prep them myself. So when I first started, I didn't buy any like poly bags or bubble wrap really. So if any of my items required that type of prep work, I would just have Amazon do it. And then when I sent in a couple shipments and I knew I was going to be doing this, I then bought the prepping products. Now, I'll leave a link down below for a video I did on everything you need for Amazon FBA, and I'll leave links to a lot of the products that I use myself. So we'll go over here and hit continue, and then here again, you're picking who is applying the label, which you should be applying them because, again, it's just saving you money if you do it yourself. And this is the page where I was telling you earlier that you can print your labels. Now, if you look in the description, I do have a link to 30 up labels. These are the ones I used when I first got started. So you're going to want to select this one if you're using those labels. And then you just hit print labels for this page. Since I'm not actually setting this book in, it's just an example to show you how to walk through this process. I'm not going to be printing any labels, but then we'll hit continue again. So you can see here, it's telling me where my item is going to be shipped to. If you have multiple items, you could hit view shipment contents. So if you have, say, 2 different shipments and there's some items going to one location, some other items going to another location, you could view which ones are going to where, and then you want to hit approve and continue. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is, say you have 30 items that you're sending in for your first shipment, and for some reason Amazon decides to split it into 2 different shipments and do like 28 or 29 items to one location and 1 item to a separate location. 99% of the time, it does not make sense to ship one individual item unless it is an oversized product. So if you see a shipment that is just 1 item, most likely you're just going to end up canceling that individual shipment and then ship their other items, and then you could hold on to that one for your next shipment. So since this is just an example, I'm actually going to delete this shipment and then jump over to the shipment I'm actually working on and show you the rest of the process there. Alright, for this page you're seeing here, you just go to Inventory, Manage FBA Shipments, and this page will pull up. And then you can see I have 2 shipments I'm working on now. And this is actually a perfect example of what I was just telling you. For some reason, Amazon decided to send 1 item to this location and everything else to this other location. So most likely this single shipment I'm going to delete and just not send it in. But I will check the cost of shipping first and see how much it affects my profit on that item. So we're going to go to this one and we are going to work on shipment. Alright, on this page there's a couple different things for you to do. If we scroll down, we can do the first step, which is review and modify your units. Now, this is one good for if you have 2 different shipments that you're shipping out. You go to review your units, pull the ones that are going to one location, and separate them from the other ones, so that way you don't get mixed up and send the wrong items to the wrong locations. Also, review and modify units is good because, for instance, with this shipment, I packed it all up, I have everything ready to go, but there's 2 items left over at the end of it that just would not fit in any of the boxes. So unfortunately, I'm just going to remove those items from the shipment, and then I'll send them in next time I do a shipment. If we keep scrolling down, for your shipment method, you're going to want to pick small parcel delivery. Less than truckload is if you are shipping on a pallet, which you are not going to be doing right away. And then you want to pick for your shipping carrier, Amazon partnered carrier, which is UPS. You used to be able to use FedEx, but unfortunately they no longer work together. And then we scroll down to step 3, which is shipment packing. Now for this one, you want to pick either, if you have a small shipment, since it's your first shipment, everything in one box. And then you could just go through this information, put expiration dates, put the box weight and the box dimensions, and then that's it. Or for me, I'm doing more than 1 SKU per box, and this is if you have like the 30 items I was talking about and you split it into 2 different boxes because all 30 can't fit in one box. You click that. Now there's 2 different ways to do this, which is either using the web form or upload a file. Depending on how many items you have, you may not be able to use web form like I am not able to here. So I have to upload a file. And for upload a file, it's not too bad. I won't go into too much detail because you won't have to deal with this your first shipment. But you basically just download the template and then you fill it in with all the information that you fill in on the web form. And then that's it. You upload it and you're done. I'll actually go back to that 1 unit shipment that I have that I mentioned and show you what that looks like. So this is the 1 unit shipment that I was talking about. And you can see everything is 1 box on this one because it's 1 item. So when you use the web form, it'll look a bit different than this because it's only 1 item. So it's kind of confused why I'm trying to send 1 item in multiple boxes. But you would normally have multiple columns here. I would say box 1, box 2, and then you would go through your items and you'd say this item is in this box, or this item is in this box, and you would just go through and pick which boxes you want to put in. I personally really like the web form compared to uploading a file, but you can't use it on larger shipments. Now, real quick, before I finish up the shipment, I just want to give you a couple of tips for actually packing the boxes. Most of these tips won't necessarily apply on your very first shipment because it's going to be a smaller shipment, but these are things you want to keep in mind when you start sending in larger shipments. One of the things to keep in mind is you don't want any of your boxes to be over 50 pounds because Amazon will charge you a fee for that. So what I personally do is I make sure my boxes are no more than 46 pounds. And that's just keeping in mind in the difference between my scale and the scale at Amazon. Also, none of the dimensions on your box should be more than 25 inches. Or again, you could face a fee for that. When you also start getting into larger shipments, one of the things I personally do is I use these larger boxes and I'll put a bunch of bigger but lighter items on the bottom, and then I'll fill the rest of it with small but heavy items. And this just helps by you sending in larger boxes like this. You'll send in less boxes overall, which help your shipping costs. And then another tip I personally do is I have this little form here I create on Excel, which is you just put in the box number, you put in the item you're sending in, how many you're sending in, and the expiration date if there is one. And it just helps me keep track of which items are in which boxes. But let's jump back onto the computer and I'll show you the rest of the shipment. Alright, so we're back in Seller Central. And for you guys, you're going to have to fill out the web form that I was showing you earlier. For me, I have to upload a template. So I'll hit upload now. You'll want to hit calculate to see how much your shipping costs will be. You'll see mine, I have a shipment weight of 413 pounds. And so my shipping cost is $81. You hit I agree. You accept charges. And now you can print your shipping labels. For me, I can use a thermal label printer because I have one. If you have a standard printer, I'll have shipping labels below that you can print that are peel and stick. Or you could just print it on regular paper and cut it out and tape it onto the box. Both methods work. So let's get these printed out, and then I'll show you a couple things that you have to do when you put these on the box. So just 2 things you want to keep in mind when preparing these boxes is 1, if you're reusing boxes, make sure you take any of the old shipping labels off or anything with a barcode so Amazon doesn't scan the wrong thing. And also keep in mind you're going to have 2 labels that come out when you print them. You're going to have your FBA label, and then you're going to have a shipping label. And you want to make sure you don't put anything on the seam. The reason being, when they go to take these out of the box at the warehouse and they cut down the middle, you don't want them to cut the label. So you want to make sure nothing's on any seams and there's no old stickers on there. Congratulations, you now have your first shipment ready to go for Amazon. Now all you have to do is throw them in your car or get a pickup scheduled, take them down to UPS, and send them off. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and hit that like button. Thanks for watching.